Officials say Hurricane Ian is set to become the largest natural disaster in Florida's history. At least 19 people have been killed, and search and rescue efforts are still ongoing. Protesters in Grand Rapids are demanding justice and police reform. That's after an officer's fatal shooting of a black man, Patrick Lyoya, this month. And now an update to the story we brought to you early this morning. Fox 59 has confirmed that one person is dead after a car crash that left a section of Riverside Avenue closed this morning. In 2020, Nichols was indicted on charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud while in the administration of former Mayor Dennis Tyler. There's new information about who might be at risk for getting COVID-19. People diagnosed with psychiatric disorders could be more likely to get a breakthrough COVID-19 infection. The TSA says it's becoming more inclusive by setting up new standards for transgender, gender nonconforming, and non-binary air travelers. And the first day of October is tomorrow, which means spooky season is upon us. And tonight there will be a planetarium show showing what planets, constellations, and stars will be shining bright on Halloween night. IU Health is one of the largest healthcare systems in Indiana. They've been preparing for the possibility of an abortion ban for several weeks. IU Health officials have created a 24/7 response line for medical providers to contact in case of legal questions. That goes live today. Their main goal is to make sure providers are functioning within the law.
So there certainly can be gray areas. And again, that's where the rapid response team can be helpful.
IU Health is the only school of medicine within the state, and they are turning to out-of-state training for OBGYN resident students to learn more about certain abortion procedures.
Highest priority for us is to provide services to our patients to preserve the patient-physician relationship within the boundaries of the newly established law.
IU Health hospitals will continue to perform legal abortions in cases of rape, incest, or to protect the life and safety of the mother. Thank you so much, guys. I'm here at one of the railroad crossings that has been under construction this week. Further in front of me behind this camera is the crossing at Tillotson, which has been open as of this morning. I went ahead and spoke to crews to see what is being done to speed up construction and get traffic moving. The Muncie Fire Department has been using their hoses for something other than fighting fires. They're cooling asphalt.
It takes 10 to 12 hours for the blacktop to cool. So what we've done is come in here and tried to expedite this a little bit by cooling it with our water so that we can get it opened a lot faster.
Norfolk Southern began railroad crossing construction earlier this week, blocking traffic at major intersections, impacting everyday people and emergency services.
This is a major inconvenience for public safety.
The railroad company working in Muncie right now is the only one in North America to use longer pieces of tracks, which is why several railroad crossings across the city are closed for this week.
We had some general information. We knew that they would need to do some repairs this fall, but as far as specifics, which roads, what dates, how long they'd be closed, we really didn't have the specific information that our first responders need or that we can pass on to our citizens.
Drivers say they're not happy about the construction and that they didn't know it was coming.
So I work in Anderson, but I live over towards downtown Muncie. And so the way that I get to work is directly over the railroad tracks that are conveniently closed.
It seems like there have just been a lot of missed communications along the way.
For now and for the future, communication is key. I spoke with a representative from Norfolk Southern Rail today, and he said that construction is finished for the week, but they will begin again on Monday. Live in Muncie, Madeline Kerr, Newsweek, Indiana. This tiny vial of insulin can cost upwards of $300, but the bill would cap that price at $35. I spoke to students and medical professionals to find out what this bill would mean for them and their patients. Ball State student Holly Henderson was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at age 9 and spends most of her time managing her chronic illness.
I have to constantly think about it every single second of every single day.
Henderson is a diabetic that needs insulin to survive.
There's nothing I can do. I cannot live without it. I would die.
But she has something that other diabetics don't, a great insurance plan.
So I'm only paying a little less than $100 for a 90-day supply of insulin.
Those without proper insurance could have to pay $300 or more for vials of insulin. Meridian Health Services is a federally qualified health center in Muncie that deals with lower-income patients.
Commercial insurance doesn't always cover insulin well.
Welker says that most of the time, patients have to settle for the type of insulin that their insurance will cover, even though it doesn't work as well for their body.
the newer insulins that are out are supposed to be better at mimicking that physiologic state. But they are also the more expensive ones and not typically covered.
But insulin isn't the only thing diabetics have to pay for.
You need to pay for the insulin, you need to pay for the needles, you need to pay for the syringes, you need to pay for multiple blood sugar monitors,
The list goes on.
strips, you need to pay for a ketone tester, you need to pay for glucagons in case you pass out.
The Affordable Insulin Now Act, if passed, will cap insulin at $35. And this could mean a world of difference for those dealing with diabetes.
So to have this price decreased really lessens the stress on us diabetics.
Critics of the bill say the cap won't fix the problem. Representative Carter from Georgia said, quote, instead of fixing a broken system, this bill aims to control it. And Representative Matt Gaetz from Florida blamed insulin prices on the weight of Americans, saying, quote, the price of insulin increases as waistlines increase. The bill has been sent to the Senate, but a vote has not been scheduled.